Today, I'd like to introduce you to some of the experimental work that we've been doing as part of the Victorian Environmental Flows Monitoring and Assessment Program, or VEFMAP. This work is a collaborative effort between the ARI VEFMAP vegetation team, pictured here, and Joe Greet and several master's students from the University of Melbourne. A major issue that many of our river plants face is a shift in the seasonal timing of river flows. The natural flow pattern in many rivers consisted largely of high flows in late winter and spring, followed by low flows in summer. However, river regulation has reduced winter-spring flows, and flows in summer can now be quite high, particularly in rivers that are being used to deliver water to irrigators in summer and autumn. We wanted to test different scenarios for delivering this water to reduce potential impacts on the plants that get flooded. In particular, we compared the impact of pulsed flows, so with a gap in between, to continuous flows on plant survival and growth. To do this, we basically set up an experiment to drown our plants using outdoor tanks. We chose 5 species of grasses commonly found along our riverbanks, 3 exotics and 2 natives. Over 8 weeks in summer, we compared different scenarios of flow delivery, including 2-week flood pulses with dry periods in between, and continuous flooding of 4 or 8 weeks. We measured plant growth, biomass, and mortality. We found that 4 of our 5 species died very rapidly, even in our 2-week pulse treatment. Many plants appeared to survive the first 2-week pulse, like the plant shown, but they actually then went on to die after we dropped the water levels. One of the native species had high survival rates, but its growth was limited. This could be quite important because even though it might survive summer flows, it's unable to grow during what should actually be its peak growing and flowering season. So what does this mean? Firstly, the 2-week pulses are not necessarily better for plant survival compared to a continuous flow. The 2 weeks of flooding was too long for most species, so even shorter durations may be needed. Plants died quite rapidly, and this is particularly compared to our previous experiments in winter and spring that showed quite high plant survival rates. Our results are helping to guide summer flow recommendations in the Campaspe and Goulburn rivers, and we've been conducting more experiments to look in more detail at things like the effects of warm water temperatures on plants. Importantly, our experiments are helping us to investigate questions that would be really difficult to look at using field monitoring alone, and where we can't easily set up a natural experiment in a river. They're a great complementary method to our fieldwork, and we're looking to do more of this sort of work in the future. Thank you.